Welcome back to Marathon Phoenix Commentary. This is episode 15. We'll be talking about the secret level into Sandy's City. I'm actually really only going to use this short episode to talk about this level because this is a secret level, of course. This is the longest of the 4 secret levels, and it is the most challenging and also the most interesting. This level, unlike the other secret levels, has an actual objective, in that I need to locate a signal receptor or something like that. It's just, you find a switch, you hit the switch, then you return back to where you start. It does follow the general secret level formula in that you only get one save at the very start. In this case, you have to hit a switch right at the start to open a door to access the level. And once you do that, the save is disabled. This level is unique among secret levels in Phoenix in that you do get more health. Granted, a limited amount of health. There's a handful of red canisters, but there's more there. And the reason for that is because this is a difficult secret level. This level, as you've seen, has more of the Enforcers and Renegade Humans combo that I've used in the levels Great Cave Offensive and Stone Temple Pilates. It's a good combination. A lot of enemies that will engage you at a longer range and make you use precision weapons like the crossbow. The trick with this level, of course, well, there's a couple. Number one is a high number of narrow corridors, and also, of course, the limited health, and a number of situations where enemies will just surprise you. This is a tense level to play, especially if you're going for all secrets, which of course I am. This level is very short if you're just trying to clear the objective, because I'm about to do it. I'm done. I could leave the level right now. But as you progress through the level, find secrets and open doors, certain regions will be repopulated, and you don't know when those triggers are, so it keeps you on your toes the whole time. As far as this level's design goes, in the last video I talked about Spitstorm and how that level was inspired by the Marathon Infinity level Mac Sycor. This level was sort of vaguely inspired by the Infinity level Acme Station. If you've read any of my posts with regards to Marathon Infinity, at some point I've bitched about the level Acme Station. It's one of the worst levels I've ever played in any video game. It's absolutely terrible. It's tediously unfun to play. It's not fair. It's just a horrible level that conspires against the player to make it miserable. But it looks really cool. It's a very visually distinct level, and one that I wish Bungie had done more with in order to actually let the player explore it at their own pace. But because it's a vacuum level, you have a very strict time limit, and it has a very difficult enemy composition that just makes it extremely unpleasant. But that level is kind of like this one. It's mostly corridors, and it's set in, like, it's a space station. It's a small space station. And with this level, I took the same sort of basic concept of like a space station thing, but as you can see, I set it underwater instead. And that was sort of the secret level hook, or the gimmick, I guess. The thing that makes this level noteworthy is that it's like Acme Station, but it's underwater. But this is my favorite part right here. The thing that subverts all expectations is you can go into the water. You can kind of go out of bounds on this level. I actually really like that aspect of this level. You wouldn't think of that. I think it's actually a secret that's really cleverly executed. Just because it, the whole rest of the level has you inside these very narrow spaces, and you see that there's this world of water, and you're allowed to kind of go behind the scenes, or behind the stage. You're allowed to go sort of backstage, only to find out that there's another stage beyond that. This is the only instance of the game where there's underwater combat, because it's something that's generally... the engine doesn't handle that very well. So I give you some very simple combat against fighters. And it kind of lets you look at the rest of the level sort of from the outside. So I think that's pretty cool. But by this point, I'm already most of the way through the level as far as finding secrets is concerned. Because like I said, that's the whole purpose of this level. And I actually found the last skull. Since this is a secret level, the real objective is to find the rocket launcher. And in this case, you don't need to find all of the secrets. You just need to find this one. You need to find the underwater world. The out-of-bounds secret, so to speak. There's a switch in there that reveals the rocket launcher. The rocket launcher itself doesn't count as a secret in this case. And you can see there are more defenders in this area that I've already cleared. So this is what I was saying by it being a very tense level. And these guys actually kind of surprised me. I remember that there was an ambush at some point after you go into the underwater section, but I didn't remember where it was or what it constituted. So, on the scale of things, it's probably kind of high in the bullshit meter, because enemies do just kind of jump out of nowhere. But even though it's a long level as far as the secret levels are concerned, it's still pretty short. As you can see, this video is not even 8 minutes long. And just so long as you always assume that there's an enemy around the corner, I don't think you'll really get into too much trouble here. As far as things go, the reason that this is the last secret level, the whole purpose of the secret levels, of course, is to feed you the rocket launcher. And as we get closer to the end of the game, that becomes less and less valuable. It gives you less and less of an edge. So I didn't want a secret level in Chapter 5, because the rocket launcher wouldn't be much of a prize. Anyway, that's the end of this level. We're actually going to move straight on into this treat of a level that I've been talking about for so long, Escape 2000. That's coming up in the next episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again later.